long has this been a thing? And then you're saying like, oh, it's local sanitation. Like, what do you want me to like?
You need 77?
Well, sanitation at the end of the day.
But it's throwing unrecycled material into the garbage and filling up landfills. Oh my God, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna create a landfill in Polito. You know that like
That's not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea.
I know exactly what law you're talking about. Right on the corner of the fucking gas station.
Yes, exactly. Holy
Why
fuck.
is it that I immediately knew what you were talking about?
Because it's the big open lot over in Polito. I think that'd be a good idea.
No, we don't need a fucking landfill. We don't.
Do you even live up north?
Yeah, I have keys to a house up north.
You have keys, okay, but your property's down here, right?
Technically, yes. I did actually move into an up and coming neighborhood, Nino. I think you'd be proud of me.
Oh my God, Peters, that's how I'm gonna help Princess. They got almost no money left. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pay her like the county, Blaine County, $250,000 a week to manage a landfill.
To gentrify Blaine County.
Holy shit. Oh my God, this is the best idea ever. I will pay people to dump trash in the Polito landfill. Thank you, Rhodes. I appreciate the idea.
No!
All right, we'll see you, Rhodes.
No! He's fucking with me. You know what? We're gonna find out.
Hello, it's Dante Rivers. How can I help?
Hey Dante, it's Rhodes. How you doing?
Oh, not too bad, Rose. How are you?
I'm good. So I was just informed by somebody of some information, and I don't know if it's true, and I feel like you'd be the perfect person to ask. Can car parts be recycled?
Can car parts be recycled? No, I don't believe so.
Okay. Well, he said as of a few weeks ago that they could. Now he's probably fucking with me. Okay.
You talking about in a recycler in
yes. Yep.
Oh, I can go test it for you.
I have a car part that I can give to you. How long until you go?
Loads and loads. Yeah, there are loads by everywhere. But you know, I've got some spares on me that I can just chuck in. You know.
Okay, perfect. I'm gonna head down there because I would really love this answer, because I go around fucking picking up a gazillion fucking parts and having the local sanitation come and scoop all the fucking shit up, and I am sick and tired of doing it. I am.
No, I understand the frustration.
If he was saying you can get materials for this shit, now I'm thinking to myself, have I just been wasting my time?
And you don't want to feel like that.
No, I don't. Not at all.
Yeah, well, I'm just in the tuner shop getting some tires put onto my car. But I can test it. Let me give you a call back.
All right, perfect. Thank you. I appreciate it.
No worries.
All right, bye.
Bye, Rhodes.
Any recyclers? Oh, shit. I can't pick anything. I'm so confused. Why? Why can't I pick this up? There's no way. I refuse to believe. He's fucking with me, chat. He's fucking with me. People have tried. Yes, they have. There's a bunch of car parts here. Oh, stage 5 performance clutch. You know what? It's fine. What do I want to listen to?
328. I got a speeding Vigaro going west Eclipse. Got a reckless driving call for it. It's going northbound west Eclipse towards GOH.
Or 566.
It's not pulling over.
Hey, call it.
We're gonna be in an 80 westbound west Eclipse towards GOH. Right northbound GOH. We're sending it northbound GOH.
It's GOH, Great Ocean Highway.
Great Ocean Highway.
Oh my god.
603,
Still going. Northbound braking. Left westbound in Seno. There's U-turning. Driver's got an owl hat on, and is that ADMC cuts? I don't know, some cuts. Red cuts. Chaos Legion.
I'm coming.
They just dropped something out of the car. They're taking off. They're going southbound Great Ocean Highway.
We're meditating. We're meditating before the crash out.
Going southbound. Coming up to West Eclipse.
I have eyes.
Approaching West Eclipse, passing it, merging southbound Del Perro.
You think you can hold it, gas?
Yeah.
Copy. First and 5 secondary eastbound.
We're waiting for Dante.
Pure freeway, merging to.
Dante's gonna come here and see if he can recycle the parts.
Who's
Send
behind
it.
me? Who's
Me.
behind me? Vamos, take
603.
over secondary. Take over secondary.
211,
I'm holding right.
south. Passing you on the left. 603 secondary. We're currently going southeast on Malayan Avenue.
Alright, break for a
Left
second.
northbound.
Miller, what was the comms? We were saying on the radio?
to the Bravo.
Copy that. Here comes, vamos.
Okay, we're pulling over. We're stopping.
They out, they out.
He's We got 195.
You know what I can't wait for? You know how good the weather is in Red Dead? I can't imagine what it's going to look like in the new GTA. Red Dead is so aesthetically pleasing. I'm predicting in 5 seconds, Dante's turning the corner. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Fuck. Red Dead 2 is a cinematic masterpiece. Also, probably the best storytelling AAA game I've ever played. So I didn't play much of the story of Red Dead, and I've never played the story of GTA, this GTA 5. But I will say, it was definitely one of the most aesthetically satisfying games, in a couple different aspects. Both like actual animations, like the weather, lightning strikes and whatnot, like all of that looked so fucking good. It's possible, Keeper. It's possible. Listen, I know firsthand. considering I do this shit all the time.
Clear traffic, some back in service.
The second time we've seen that Toros. Ah, sorry.
Copy.
It is. Story's worth the playthrough. So my thing is, I rarely ever play single player games. I don't find single player like pretty much the requirement for the requirement for me is like multiplayer with an economy. I'll move. Hold on. Oh, careful.
603 to Gars.
Hey.
Thank you,
I
officer.
don't see any brown bag over here at the house.
Okay, all good. I witnessed it anyway. I just wanted to double check. Alright, boss, you could document that vehicle. I'm going up to BCSO on my 95.
Was he fucking with me? Wait a minute. Y'all have a question?
603, 10-8.
Go on.
Have any of y'all tried recycling car parts recently?
There's a lot
No.
of
No.
moonshine.
Okay, can someone try recycling these dampeners I just found?
Yeah.
Guys,
Yeah?
we want to
They don't really fit in the machine.
Fuck! Oh, I'm gonna kill Nino.
Charging for what?
Oh, he's... I'm gonna kill Nino. Not really, guys. It was a J. I'm not here to murder anyone.
Do
you want to
Yeah,
go
of
up and
course,
try
of
the
course,
one at the
of course.
tow yard and not these ones?
No. I'm sure it'll...
They're two different ones.
Wait, really? Oh,
I
fuck.
believe so, yeah.
I'll give you this then. And I
I'll
will meet
run
you
up.
there.
Yeah, cool.
Thank you. I'm just gonna clean up this mess, whatever the hell was left here.
Boss, you good?
I'm good. I'm just taking your shit.
Go back to the backyard, Jack. Be a watch. Don't go down there on that rub and tug by yourself. I'll keep an eye on you while you rub and tug.
Any luck?
Can't grind them.
Damn it!
Yeah.
I'm gonna go back to killing Nino. But again, not actually. But I am gonna yell at him.
Allegedly.
Hypothetically.
There you go.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you for the assistance. Now we run the plate and we let them off with a warning the next time we run into them. You lying piece of shit, Nino!
Show me in traffic.
What?
San Andreas Board.
You're lying, or you did lie.
5 times, excuse me.
No, I'm gonna start a landfill up north.
No, that's not what I'm saying you're lying about.
Wait, did you try recycling the fucking...
I reached out to sanitation worker. Listen, I was going to fucking snap.
Oh,
Fuck
man.
you, Nino!
Yeah, you know what? That 30 minutes of like whatever was going through your head, being like, "Oh my God, I've been."
There's
like,
no way I've been doing
breaking
this for
shit and
fucking
taking
months.
away.
Months! Fuck
That
you,
was
Nino.
good.
Fuck
That was
you!
good though, right? Yeah, that's revenge for 7 years ago, bitch.
What? Because I pulled you over?
Well, no, I got that revenge when I got Ray Romanoff to become a criminal instead of a doctor by shooting you. while
I
standing in the,
fucking
red
I
parking lot.
knew it. The red garage. I remember.
To be fair, I didn't tell him to do it. I said, this guy's like fucking with me, and he kind of, I think he had his like joker moment. You know what I mean?
Over a traffic stop, Nino? Really?
I don't even know. Was it a traffic stop?
Yeah, it was just a traffic stop after a traffic stop, I think.
I mean, listen, I'm petty too. What can I say? And I didn't tell him to do it. I mean, just like I didn't tell him to shoot Pred when I just wanted to talk to Pred about the death of that one. What was it? The deputy man.
Well, listen, I'll let you go. I'll let you go. You stay safe, Nino.
But actually, genuinely, it is supposed to be recyclable. Like, I'm not even kidding.
My life would be a lot easier, let me tell you.
You should hold on to it somewhere so that, because it's supposed to crunch down.
Nino, there is no storage capacity in this whole city that could accommodate.
I'm not joking about. I'm literally starting a dump up north.
Okay, but Nino, until you have that dump all sorted out.
Just hang on to it. Just hang on to it.
Nino, there is no holding on to thousands upon thousands of things.
You don't have 1,000 things.
Because I get local sanitation workers, Nino. That's the only reason. There'd be no storage facility that would ever be able to accommodate the bullshit I deal with daily.
I can imagine. I can imagine.
But if it does work out to be that way, let me know. Let me know.
Right,
listen, I will go back to my roots. I will go back to fucking recycling.
Okay, we have a deal.
Perfect. All right. Well, good luck. Bye.
Bye.
Southbound Strawberry. Need 77. Secondary southbound Strawberry. It looks like you're going back to your left, eastbound Midtown. Over Crusade. Over Davis, 22 southbound Davis, right westbound McDowell. I'm not sure.
It's two people that were on parole, one of which
they're back at the original scene. And they're back at the original scene off Strawberry in the alleyways where all the people are parallel to the church off getting into a blue and colored Toros now.
We're sit by 10-8.
Push it westbound all the way through. Right, eastbound, Innocence, left northbound Power.
Yeah,
Nino's a crimer.
all the way to Upper Power Street, full sending Upper Power Street. Full sending Upper Power Street.
Probably need another interceptor.
Slowing. U-turning.
I got schematic.
Right, going to the right, westbound San Andreas. Full sending westbound San Andreas, ECB temporarily stand up. Full sending westbound passing Cedar Buns.
Sorry,
Down,
you went right.
Yeah, right northbound.
It went right again.
We're going to jump on the freeway here, going eastbound of Del Perro, the 50 PCB.
Yeah, lower power slip. I'm just.
I feel like Marty would.
Really?
I feel like more people know. I mean, I haven't seen Marty in a while, but he's probably around though.
Wanted us to take integrity?
Yeah, but so many. You know what's crazy is I feel like there's a bunch of new people in the city that don't even know who Marty is.
I mean,
it's pretty split. It's pretty split right now from what we've.
Like, if I was voting, I would vote Marty because I don't know who Princess is.
How's it going?
That's interesting.
I just don't want to talk over them, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know her, but I haven't been around that much. But I definitely know Marty more than I know Princess.
Thank you.
Princess be like walking on the street and shit like that.
Yeah,
what the fuck? What you mean walking on the street?
Like she's walking down like where the cars move, like just opposite lanes of travel.
Yeah, I would probably say Marty.
One second. It's not.
Okay.
Oh, hello.
Hey Rose, it's Dante Rivers. I'm just going to send you out now.
It's one of my favorite cops.
So I was there, and I had someone try, and they said they're unable to. I was trolled, Dante. I was trolled.
Yeah, you know, and I got my hopes up because you know things change.
Yeah, me too. Me too. I also have my hopes up.
It's like the repair kits I'm selling.
You might need to jump in.
You know, they were different before.
What are you guys doing on the same
Shit. Dante, I'm gonna have to put the phone down. There's a gazillion things happening.
No
All right, bye.
We're just selling Oxycontin. Well, not me, but.
Oh shit.
Christ, okay. Well,
That's my favorite cop.
Legally.
Oh.
Lee,
There are 2 people who
get out for 1 second.
Okay. All right. Well, we're gonna get out of here. We gotta go
because then
interview
he's
some more
gonna
people.
lock
Don't
it.
get shot down here.
Then hop out the go to the
Girl, get
passenger
out the
seat then.
core.
Fine, only because you're my favorite cop.
Oh my god, thank you. Thank you. There we go.
See, I knew he was gonna lock it
Yeah.
immediately.
Well, oh, sorry. There we go. There we go.
Is it clean for you now?
It is not. It's not.
Yeah, because she got in the driver's seat.
You
that's
ruined
why.
it.
Wait, what happened?
He put wax on it. He cleaned it.
Oh, my bad.
That's all right.
Maybe,
Don't worry about it.
kinda. It's not that.
Don't worry about it. Is Raccoon still going crazy?
Far out of the way.
Does he keep talking about a monkey?
Wait,
No.
a monkey?
You
Sorry,
ain't.
not involved. Not involved. Just park my car.
I want to get out of the car.
Wait, where's Raccoon? He was just here.
I think heading down there.
Raccoon?
He might be in that car.
Which, the 2-door? Hello?
You got the tampering and all that?
No, he's with Ventura.
Oh, he's with Ventura?
Yeah, he's on a
Oh,
right
shit.
The blue force is occupied 3 times north
He's...
of us.
Ain't he a liability?
Yeah, he is. But, you know, what can you do? You know,
How do y'all deal with him?
Oh.
I processed him.
Sorry, the targets,
Oh.
everyone's clear.
Wait, really?
Gonna be the
Yeah.
one in red, with red
he's a
arrows.
hang around right now. I actually gave Viv his flyer.
There's no way.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a hang around right now. He's really going through it.
That's so... Poor guy. He's just going
Yeah.
through a lot, you know?
I mean, sometimes he asks for it though. You know what I mean? Because like he was in a chase. I pull up. I'm like, yo, like what's going on? Let me talk to the cops. He kicks my car, almost disables it, and I'm like, all right, bitch. And then I fucking helped the cops and got him arrested.
Yeah, let's get 6 in total because the blue premier did leave. for the
Yep.
same time.
And I told him where his tactical rifle was.
Oh, shit. Okay, I have to get going, unfortunately, but y'all stay safe,
All right,
okay?
well, it's good seeing you, Rose.
Bye.
Bye.
Also, I have on top of Miller and
I'm just waiting.
But please take my turn.
Make sure she's good. There we go.
I'm just checking with you. Hold on.
who's our
What's up?
You documented the car, right?
No.
No, not you. Was it Johnson?
I
Johnson
have
did, right?
no idea who did what.
Just seeing
I
if it
was
really
uninvolved
that
in
way.
this. I was just in the area, coincidentally.
That's okay. Okay, thank you.
We have dispatch on duty. Thank you, dispatch. I appreciate you.
All right. About Roots, how's Kevin Shaw? Mango's right. Mango's right. Do. Kevin Shaw's not dead. He's just gambling, you know? $390, 10-8.
Copy 390, mark you 10-8, 1439.
Chat, is it bad that my immediate thought of this car here was probably handles better than our cars? I'm scarred for life. Still a bunch of shit in the middle of the road. Can't believe Nino trolled us. Actually, I have an idea. Oh, chat, we have D&D tomorrow. Oh. Hold on. Isn't everything handled better at this moment? Wait. Wait, has something actually changed? I know the Scout is handling better, and I thought it was because we put semi-slicks on it. Probably talking about everything handling... Oh. Oh. Oh, yeah. No, that's valid. That's valid. Hedge.
Radio check.
Thank you.
My personal vehicle's been stolen at VCSO. I think it's been stolen by Chaos Legion. I'm just checking it. Hold on.
From my understanding...
Put it on top of the motel.
Hey, firm. I'm at the motel. And by.
At 2:35 and around.
Running over. They're following me.
Hey, firm. Is it a white Scout? If so, it's on the western
Yeah.
side of the motel on the roof. I don't see anybody in the area. Does anyone know when they steal these cars, do they ever rummage through the glove box and trunk? Try to take stuff?
Yes.
Oh.
Hey, firm. Yeah, I'm not okay with that.
I lost a couple $1,000 worth of stuff from them.
Are we supposed to locate the car, or do we have it?
It's located. It's on the southwest corner of the motel roof up in Sandy.
I'm running over to you guys.
Hey, firm. I circled around. I didn't see anybody.
Yeah, I got a Chaos like gauntlet thing right behind me. Two people are driving it into the motel now.
Do you know if it's them?
I have no idea. I was in the south. And they were stealing it. I don't know if this is them, but they're following me.
Misha's the RO.
Robin Banks posted a photo of the Scout a couple minutes ago on Twitter. I'm not sure if that's Misha that's next to them in the photo.
Follow me. I'll show you how to get up. Just come through here. Yeah, that's Misha. I've talked to him when he looked exactly the same.
just said he repaired it for me as well.
So it was him.
Sounds like it.
I think we should arrest him, guys.
He just said I even repaired it for you too.
Bumpers off it. He didn't do a very good job.
What the heck? I'm repairing it.
Are we cuffing these guys? What's happening?
That I do not know. Do we have enough to make an arrest?
Where's the 20? I could head over there.
We have.
Stand it.
I think we have 4 units, and the vehicle's been recovered. I don't know if anything was stolen from in it.
So he said
I doubt it.
he said to Gus that he repaired it for him too, Rhodes. So he's kind of admitting it.
No, it's not that bad. It's just he swerved into me like crazy. Hold on one second.
Did y'all steal the Scout?
Huh? I don't know what you're talking about.
You know exactly what I'm talking about.
Let's go.
Rhodes, this is a training exercise.
It's not a You're not authorized to conduct a training exercise.
Hey, but it's very successful now. 95% of BCSO lock their cars.
That's irrelevant because y'all have lockpicked the cars.
Relevant.
No, y'all have.
We didn't.
No, maybe not today, but y'all have lockpicked the car.
Only if the doors are open.
That's not true because I have walked out of the BCSO to someone lockpicking the door.
Wait, who? Hey, tell me. I'm gonna berate them.
I don't know who it was.
Okay, if you'll see somebody doing that shit, then tell me because that's strictly not allowed. That's not fair. That's fucked up.
They're not allowed to fuck with the doors.
Yeah, only if the door is open. And this one even had keys in the ignition.
What do you mean?
You know what I mean?
When?
I'm inspecting. I don't know. It looks like it was broken into.
It wasn't.
Well.
I really don't understand why we're having a conversation about this right now.
What do you want to do?
We're not even supposed to, use that thing when I'm not around.
You stole my car.
I did not. I'd relocate
You
it.
didn't even repair it very well. It was missing a bumper.
Bumper?
Yeah, it was missing a bumper.
Hey, you know that you got repairs at BCSO for free? Wait, BCSO. Blah, Carnage.
At Carnage.
For BCSO.
I'm not coming to Carnage anymore.
Oh, mom.
Yep, you messed up by stealing my car.
It wasn't stolen, it was relocated, and it was for your own good, because imagine somebody else stealing that car and, for example, yoking your precious, I don't know, probably V12 6.5 liter engine out of it. It's basically a favor on our part to you.
Well,
No.
To be fair, maybe a bit ago, but we've sort of heightened our security recently. Ain't nobody just gonna be yoinking engines.
Oh, engines too? Okay, that's good. Actually, because that was...
Like you. Criminals like you.
I've never stolen a part from somebody else's cars in my life.
Good on you. Good on you.
That's fucked up.
Stolen cars.
Oh, shit. You bring up a good point. Where do you draw the line, Misha?
You know, like, that's a good question. I need to figure...
You'll steal the whole car, but not the engine. Where's the line?
The line is how much of a trouble it is to the owner. Imagine stealing a car part. At first
This
they
was a
drive it
trouble. This was a trouble. I had to run. That is a trouble.
Yes, that was also PT for you.
So you giving me PT as well.
Not PTSD, just PT.
Why?
Hey, I saw you being gassed on the way from BCSO to the fire station. That's not very far away, mate.
It is far.
That's like 200 meters. Which is like...
How many
I don't know.
how many freedom units is that?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out. Like 600 feet? Approximately?
That's a lot of feet.
If
Wait,
you
what's
have-
the conversion of a meter to feet?
I think it's 3.
Hey, I don't know really. I don't really know if it was him. I don't think we can do anything with it.
Yeah, it's 1 to 3.
I think we can break off this. I'm gonna go put evidence away. Thanks for coming anyway.
Is
guys.
anything missing from the core?
No.
All right. Good. Good. That's what I like to hear. Be careful.
King is gonna be on.
Also, there was definitely someone trying to get into my. Okay, to be fair, it's a bit of a wonky situation in that my car was locked when I got out, and
you guys able to steal Air One
it was
from,
one of these moments. It was one of these. You know, like I got out the core, except I didn't really swing the door shut, and when I got out, they was right here next to the door, but it was kind of locked. You know what I mean? Like the door was ajar, but somehow still locked. I don't ask. And then when I showed up, they ran. So it was sus.
797, 10-8, any actives?
Just a heads up. We were told.
Jewelry store just.
Sorry,
there's a
radio's
call-
loud. We were told that sometimes when these are stolen, stuff is taken from in them, whether it be the glove box, trunk, or whatever. I don't know if that is a common theme, but if it is, then there's probably going to be a sort of a level of severity that it doesn't need to get to, considering, you know, we don't want to be processing someone, have to move, and if it's just, you know, taking of the car, not allowed, bad. But that's way different than like taking shit from the cores as well.
Yeah, I don't think like.
Neither are okay.
You know what? I'm gonna do a sit down with the club and say, "Oh, I'm taking stuff from cop cars. She's bad. Oh no."
Good. I like to hear that, because, you know, again, we don't necessarily have to treat this as like a all hands on deck if a car gets stolen and we know it's here. However, if it is a matter of like, shit, I had something in the trunk and then that's suddenly gone, that becomes problematic.
Oh yeah, of course, I get it.
Because then everyone's gonna default to the worst in every scenario.
A cat and a dog under one roof. Do you consider yourself a dog or a cat?
Wait, what do you mean?
Like, you know that because you have a cat and a dog, they don't like each other. They live under one roof. Well, Sandy, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So you are more of a dog or a cat?
He's gonna flag the plate of the vehicle.
Dog.
Good, because I'm a cat.
So you just want to knock shit off the shelves?
Are we not doing it, metaphorically speaking?
I mean, yes.
Yes.
But don't forget.
And sometimes bringing, you know,
cats are fucking scumbags. You ever see those videos where the cat is literally staring at the owner next to like some glass thing on a shelf, and they have their paw on it, like they're gonna tip it over, and they just wait, and the owner's like, "Don't you?" And before they can say dare, they fucking knock the shit off, and it shatters.
79723 at the
Yep.
jewelry store.
Don't get me
Called
wrong.
interior decorating.
Cats are adorable. Cats are like, you know, well, some of them are actually a little wonky, but most cats are adorable.
Yep, that's me.
But I feel like their default state is like wanting to watch the world burn, you know?
I'm a terrorist. That's also.
Have you been charged with terrorism?
Yes, I have.
Oh, okay. Well, you know.
Yeah, we shot 4 judges for taking away mayor rights from Kyle Pratt one day.
Oh.
Yeah.
Awkward. Hey, I have a question for y'all, because I want to know if I just think of this from a skewed perspective, right? So I mean, obviously, you know, I'm within the police department. Y'all are out of the police department, but also typically sort of pinned against us if you're involved in crime, right? But let me just ask: do you think it's appropriate that the mayor gets to pick the chief of police and/or sheriff every 90 days? Now, before you answer, how would y'all feel if Big Boss Man of you know, Chaos Legion had the potential of changing every 90 days?
I think it's too destabilizing for you guys, honestly.
Yes.
Every 90 days is too often.
I agree. My mindset has always been like, with such large departments, like even simple changes, communicating that information isn't just like it's not just an announcement that you can put up and expect everybody to know, right? Like everyone's on a different schedule. Not everybody was present when things were announced. And we're talking like hundreds of people regarding stuff like this. Like
6 months elected sheriff, and it should be elected. I don't think that it should be mayor, actually.
I agree.
Because the issue is that, like, I'm talking, like, you know, from totally unbiased perspective, right? Because, like, you know, on the other hand, I'm a criminal, right?
Right.
But, like, if you look at it from unbiased perspective, in my opinion, so, one, from all the mayors that we had here, we had Andy at first, who was totally for BCSO and was basically, you know, just doing everything for you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Then it was Pred, who basically wanted to drop a nuke in the middle of a fucking sheriff's office.
Yep.
Let's be honest,
Yep.
right? Then it was Mumbles, who kind of just was And I think that Princess is very much supportive, but like to some degree. But now let's assume that Marty Banks wins, which is very much possible in my opinion. I'm, you know, like, as much as he can say that, oh my god, I'm gonna be so fair, I want to be for Blank County, he's a fucking gangbanger from Southside, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's be honest. So, I am not necessarily sure that he will have the best interest of BCSO in mind. And anything his buddies will tell him, oh, this guy, he tased me 10 times in the span of 1 minute. He's gonna be like, oh, let's demote this officer. Oh.
Yeah, that's definitely my concern. My sort of overarching like disagreement of the fact that the mayor has this power is that there is no group of individuals who could ever maintain any level of stability when the potential exists that the foundation of that either department or group or whatever can literally be swept from beneath them every 90 days and changed to someone that it could literally be a cadet. That is the reality. How would you feel? Well, it's not even just discouraging. It's just,
wasn't it for LSPD? Didn't they get a cadet?
yeah. Well, Moss was a part of the original skeleton crew.
Okay.
So like it is a little different in that there was some prior experience, but I also think Moss was very problematic in my opinion, just based upon how she dealt with a lot of things. But my thing stems from the fact that like things can change on a whim, right? Like if Marty is threatened to be arrested for any reason, using the same example, right? Like I don't necessarily have any problems with Marty, but in the event that happened and suddenly he goes and threatens like, you push these charges, I'm just gonna get a new sheriff. Like, that's fucked.
Yep.
That's fucked. Listen, I don't walk into a bank and tell them, you know, I think y'all should have a different CEO and get a fucking person from an MC and be like, yeah, I think they'd be okay. Like, if you aren't within the department, how do you know the needs of the department?
And, you know, unless you fucking were, maybe not years, but you need to be like deeply entrenched and spend hours and months and maybe even years in police department or sheriff's office to understand like intrinsically how it should be run.
Yeah, 100%.
Idea of yours and understand what are the main like, you know, baseline issues of day-to-day operation, right? With which you will be tackling them daily, right?
Yeah.
Because if you have no experience or very little, you can come in with, you know, all the great ideas and they were already tried and failed. Or...
They have a track record of essentially not working out. I mean, for context, when, you know, we're talking like 16 months ago at this point, 15, 16 months, I was part of the skeleton crew, right? And there was this heavy discussion regarding not wanting the old guard, which was essentially prior officers from years past, which is understandable, right? I can see the intent behind it. However, if I had to read off the list of command and high command right now, I would argue an overwhelming majority of them are people who previously held similar positions in the past. And why is that? Because there's a lot of time and effort that goes into all of those positions and a lot of consideration outside of just showing up every single day right? You need to be a people person. You need to have a level of tact when you're communicating things. Like, these, unfortunately, are skills that not everybody has. You can be very talented in one aspect of being within the police department, but if you're not talented in sort of the HR department, unfortunately,
I mean, I'm profiling.
Commander,
cool
High Command is not for you.
Yeah, there's a lot of politics and diplomacy in
Or
higher
we
ranks.
currently have like what 24 cuts in
Another
so,
guy with an AK. He's
you know,
got a
full
black
patches
hoodie
and
on,
prospects in our club,
black hat.
and we've started years ago, like
guy
with
at the back,
3
I
people
think
or
he's
something,
wearing a
right?
Yep.
So
shirt and white
we've
shoes,
built it
but I
up from the
really
ground up,
have
and
struck.
the thing is that, you know, it's the same kind of thing, because at the very core, MCs are very, very structural and hierarchy based.
Yep.
We've got our high command, we've got our command, the different officer roles, and I'm gonna be honest, I got somebody that's sergeant at arms, and like,
There's one on the
he
on
could
the highest
never
part
ever
that you can
be
get to that's
like secretary
directly
or
above the
treasurer,
tank
because
truck.
he
The
just
other one is
doesn't
on
have the
eastern
skill set.
side.
Unless
Yep.
like we had a
There's only
situation where
3
somebody
that I've
was
seen on
really
foot. One
wanted
tank
to be
truck,
secretary,
the other is-
not because he even wanted to be a secretary, he just wanted to help the club, right? To kind of, you know, put the oil on the gears to make everything
Right.
run more smoothly. But he
looks
just
like the guy
couldn't
at the
do
back
it.
tank truck is
He
wearing
just
some kind of
couldn't. He was too
black or grey
forgetful.
hoodie,
He was
white
too
shoes.
scatterbrained, and shit was more of a nuisance when it actually was working, right?
Mm-hmm. 100%.
And then you put somebody like that at the top of the top, like as a sheriff, as you say, and you know, if somebody is able to cover for like small roles, but for the big role, like everything goes through that person, and if that person is just not capable of doing that shit, then even with the best intent, even from mayor, even from the sheriff, like the new appointed sheriff, everything can just fucking crumble. Like,
Yeah. Especially my biggest area of concern is the fact that the possibility exists that every 3 months there could be a new one. For example, Nino, right? Nino eventually chose Turner. In my opinion, Turner is probably the best choice long term for the PD as a whole, because the moment Turner became the chief of police, this us versus them bullshit between the North and South stopped entirely. And it's because he understands the value in both departments working together and not having a fucking pissing contest between the departments.
I mean, he was a cop ages ago, wasn't he?
Well, he was one of the original 3 captains within the Skeleton Crew. It was him, it was Turner, and it was not Turner, Ruth and Slacks. The thing is, he's always had a good head on his shoulders. He can evaluate a situation and immediately know, you know, sort of best course of action. He's a good listener, right? It's not just him demanding that people do things or shout out orders to people, which is something that you absolutely need to be able to do, is listen. When you're at the top of the department, you need to hear feedback from other people regarding problems or anything. Now, don't get me wrong. I do think there's value in getting sort of outside perspective of the PD, because I say this from somebody who's previously in high command many years ago. Sometimes you don't realize that something is wrong until someone new gets on board and says something like, "Is this really the norm?" And offers a better solution to something that we just never thought of, because it's you know, you sort of get lost in the things you deal with daily. It becomes, again, the norm. You expect it to happen. It's kind of just like sort of second nature, and you don't really think of a way to deal with it. You kind of just acknowledge that it's something you're going to encounter, but sometimes you need an outside perspective to point out things that could be improved. I 100% agree with that. But I think that can be in sort of an advisor role, or just receiving public feedback from people, as opposed to potentially putting in a whole new sheriff.
Yeah. I just worry when don't see as many cops around the city. You know what I mean?
Yep.
It's
No.
like,
So that actually
great.
hasn't been an
I've
issue
noticed- I've
recently,
noticed-
thankfully.
Yeah, I've noticed that your numbers, both BCSO and LSPD, have been so much better. So I'm hoping that means that things are going well. But that's like the thermometer, so to speak, that I use.
Mm-hmm.
Because, you know, I no longer go to meetings since I'm obviously not in the cabinet anymore. But you know, seeing numbers, at least it's a positive thing. But I really hope they take your idea into consideration because it takes months for people to get used to new command, a new sheriff, a new chief of police. And it's like when you're finally getting used to the new system or the changes or the person, you have to switch again.
And think about it. When did you
And I
notice the
want you to
change
be.
regarding
I want.
numbers?
Can you be sheriff, please, 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 please,
No,
please?
no, no, no. I did my time years ago. I did.
Oh, but you're so level-headed and you're like mature and you're incredibly smart. You'd be so good for it.
I mean, I'd like to think so. It's just when I joined the skeleton crew, I very much so did it with the mindset of I just want to be your sort of run-of-the-mill officer. Like, yes, I'm experienced, and if people have questions, I'll answer them. I'll never, push someone away from assisting them. But like in the years prior, it requires a lot of time and effort. Time and effort that towards the end of me being the undersheriff, I unfortunately didn't necessarily have. And I didn't want to subject myself to the sort of environment that we were in, with the potential of not being able to give it the time of day that it deserves. In saying that, though, I mean, still to this day, like it's just not a position I'm interested in. I just, despite that, think it's incredibly unhealthy that every 90 days it's just a whole new, like, you never know. It depends on who the mayor is, and things could change. Just, like, girl, the foundation ain't even dried since they became the damn mayor and were assigned to be the sheriff, you know? Like, think about it. Right now, when did you notice the change regarding activity in PD?
I want to say, was it a month ago, maybe?
A month ago. So approximately 60 days after the prior election. So we're going to have 1 month of decent stability and everybody sort of, getting to know each other, getting used to the norms, and then there could be an immediate shakeup. And that could happen in either the North and South. Both or neither, right? Like,
depends how reasonable the new sheriff would be, right? Because who if somebody appoints somebody like, I don't know, let me try to figure out somebody that very much would want to have like a command position but isn't very much suited or doesn't have experience enough.
Sure, just say the first name that comes to mind when I ask you what officer do you hate the most.
Oh, Jack Voss.
Okay, what if whoever becomes the mayor has again, just their personal thought of what the BCSO should do, and they spoke to Voss, and Voss goes, yeah,
no,
if I'm made the sheriff,
anything. Oh my god.
Well, here's the reality, right? So you have to consider now that it doesn't matter from my understanding as long as you're a police officer. Yep. Okay. So again, let's say Princess is going to be the mayor, and Princess had a conversation with Voss privately, and Voss said, "You have any ideas for the BCSO? You make me the sheriff, and whatever your ideas are, I will put them, I will implement them," right? So now, obviously, because it's her idea, she's now incentivized to deal with, or, pick Voss because it'll be implemented. And now Voss is the sheriff. You see how that's very problematic?
Yeah.
And let's say Aspen speaks to Princess and goes, unfortunately, we've tried something like this in the past, and it's simply not going to work. Like, it's never received well. Similar to what y'all have mentioned before. Like, there have been things that are tried and true and other things that have been tried over and over and over again and haven't worked. Like, we have the track record of it being an atrocious thing. On paper, it sounds good. In effect, terrible. But still wants to push it through. And then we're back at square one with, well, then Aspen's not going to be the sheriff because she's unwilling to follow through with what the mayor wants. It's just, I don't think it's healthy.
And what about, how have mayors, or have you guys ever tried, like, these are our three best candidates for sheriff. And handing over the names, has that helped at all, or do they
So
just
that
choose
was actually
whoever the heck they
legislation.
want?
That was legislation originally put in by Andy. And what happened was Eve did not win the follow-up election. Pred won. Pred was essentially, from my understanding, voting to repeal that piece of legislation so he could pick whoever he wanted. It was then deemed, I could be wrong here, but my general understanding is that that piece of constitution, or not constitution, that piece of legislation sort of went against the Constitution by limiting the powers of the mayor or something to that extent, and was deemed not valid. And then Pred chose the first person who spoke to him at Mission Row, which was Mateo, and that's how Mateo became the interim sheriff.
Yeah, I was there when he was sworn in.
And so, again, Mateo is actually someone who is a people person, who is willing to listen, is very
good.
Yeah, he's very well spoken, and Mateo is very well spoken and has a level of tact that most people don't. So, for example, despite the first meeting we had when he first became the interim sheriff, Bones went up in the meeting and sort of had like a thank you moment, thanking all of the officers he dealt with on a daily basis, individually naming them, right? Mateo was then called up after him because he's now the interim sheriff. And despite having the information of our pay was going to be increased, which is a big thing because Pred reduced our pay to $600 an hour, which is absolutely fucking nothing. Yep. The thing is, he didn't mention it during that meeting. How do you follow up the long-term sheriff of the BCSO saying, thank you for my time in the department, I appreciate all of you, to Mateo then going up and being like, hey guys, by the way, our pay's going up. It's like, he had the level of tact to know that that was not an appropriate place or time, right? Like, you don't propose to somebody at somebody else's wedding, right? Like, it's not an appropriate time or place to do it. Other people probably would have acknowledged that they've got a lot of pressure on them, considering, all the bullshit that we had to deal with under Pred, and try to throw that out there as quickly as possible as a means of trying to alleviate some of the concerns. But again, sometimes it's just not the time or place, and he knew that, which is why he didn't say it, despite the fact that most people probably would have. It's strange how it worked with Mateo, because I think he's got a great head on his shoulders. But it could have been anybody. It could have been Carmine. It literally could have been Carmine.
Oh god, that's actually my vote for worst sheriff or chief of police. Now that I think about it.
Nah, it's not that. I would finally be able to crucify sheriff or mayor on top of Mount Chiliad. I was waiting for somebody to be as bad to warrant that. Still didn't happen, to be honest.
It's kind of weird. He was trying to convince me to become an officer in the police department.
What the hell?
He was, yeah.
So.
And I was already a hanger-on too.
Can I? So.
Ask
Rose,
away.
What's the? Are you trying to convince us or just gauge the?
No, I'm not trying to convince anybody. I'm genuinely just. I've never asked civilians this question. I've asked other officers, but again, obviously we're coming from a skewed perspective. I don't think many people like change. So I think an overwhelming majority of people, and to be clear, I mean change from within, like something that you deal with daily, right? People arguing for change for other people or things they don't deal with daily, they don't give a fuck, right? They're just gonna go with, if they heard yeah, no, I think it's great, just in passing, they're just going to think like that's what they're going to default to, because it's not going to affect them. But when it affects you directly and it's something you deal with daily, like I'm pulling you guys because